This one's for my girls that love glamorous and affordable units. I got my hands on Outre Kamalia from the Melted Hairline, so we're going to get into all her details right now. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. XOXO Sheepy here. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. And if you're an OG subscriber, what's good? Welcome back. So today is a synthetic wig review, y'all. I had to search high and low to find a Kamalia that was still left and in the golden honey color. I wanted this exact color that's on the stock card. It already, I'll tell you right now, looks a little bit different than it does on here. Maybe it's lighting. I don't know. We're going to find out. But I really wanted like this exact look. And I don't know, it's not looking exactly the same, but we'll find out. We'll find out. But yeah, I had to search high and low to find sis because it was selling out quick. I saw her late. I was very late to the party for that. But I did find her online. There are a few websites still that have her. And a few even of the popular websites still have it up. It's just like not in the, just a few colors left. You know, it's not like the top colors everybody be wanting. Those necessarily, I didn't see a whole lot of that. But, you know, I did get my hands on it. I will say, though, even though there are a few sites that still have this wig, it is a little more expensive if you go to, like, the lesser-known sites. And, you know, it is what it is. Although they did send me a little edge scarf with my purchase, so I guess, you know, it makes up for a little something. So there are still Kamalias out there. I hope that's how you pronounce his name. But there are still Kamalias out there if y'all look, like, Google search it. But, you know, you just might have to pay a little bit more for her. I'm already feeling like maybe I stand corrected. The color does look like it does on the package. After all, I think the tint of the box maybe, I don't know, it just reflected differently because now I do feel like it's got this golden honey look. Outre is doing their thing as usual with this lace. It is the transparent HD lace and it does look really good. I think it's, you know, if you're lighter skin, it'll work for you. And it looks like it's gonna be tintable as well. It's got like, you know, a very light hint of brown in it. As they usually do. Outre usually does not disappoint, ever. Now see, Outre gets lace parts right for me. I love the Melted Hairline for this reason. There's so much lace space right on the edges, so your wig lays flat. I like, you know, a lace part easy wig just as much as the next person, but I hate when it doesn't lay flat. I don't want it to look like I only have this part and everything else is just like constructed on my head. I hope that made sense, but I don't want it to look like that. So I love how far up this comes. Like that is just perfect. This is what I want from T-part wigs in the human hair, you know, section of the world. Shout out to my first wig because they did send me a T-part wig similar to this build. And I said that in that video too, like it's similar to the Melted Hairline. I love that because like it lays flat. It looks great. Let me show you the inside though. It does have the two combs on the sides. It has a comb in the back, adjustable straps and all that. It's a breathable cap and everything. And it is a curved part unit. It is pre-plucked and it looks like it's pre-plucked pretty well. You know me though, I might go ahead and pluck it just some. But I'm gonna see how it fits on my head first before I decide. Okay, yes, the color I'm here for. I'm really happy about this. It does look like how I thought it was going to look. Okay, I stay corrected. Outre won yet again because this color is exactly what I thought it was going to give. So I love how they still give us a dip in the hairline, but it's a little more subtle of a dip in this hairline than usual. Usually they do have a, if maybe I'm wrong, it's been a minute since I wore a synthetic, but I feel like Outre usually gives us a little more of a dip in the hairline, but this one seems a little bit more subtle, so you can pluck it out more, leave it as is. If it matches close to your hairline, just depends for you. I think you could definitely get away with not plucking this unit if you're the type of person who doesn't like to do too much with your units. Oh my god, this already looks like super good. I'm excited, y'all. But yeah, I don't necessarily feel like you even need to pluck this if you don't want to. I'm gonna do it, but you know me, I'm always gonna pluck. I'm always gonna do the most because I like how my wigs look when I do the most. Especially if you're not going to use the baby hairs. See, the main reason I'm gonna pluck is because you see how this hairline is straight. I don't want that. I want it to have like, you know, the little gaps in between looking like it's coming out of my scalp because I'm not really going to use the baby hairs. I never really usually use the baby hairs when it comes to Melted Hairline units because it's just not necessary. They pre-pluck so well. But if you are going to use the baby hairs, you definitely don't need to pluck because this line that I'm talking about that I'm going to even pluck at is your baby hairs. So see that? Like if I move that, it's giving what I want. But if you put it back up, it's not giving that anymore. So it's just up to you what you want to see. Hello. I hope you're responsible. I hope you're responsible. and tinted the lace using my tint, and I did put the blow dryer on it off camera just to dry it faster, because it can take a little bit long to dry when you use it, like when you try to air dry it. Okay, so I feel like this cap fits me pretty on point, especially with the elastic band. It's nice and snug, but not overly snug as if it doesn't fit me. So if you have a larger head, I would definitely say you maybe, well, I won't say definitely and then maybe, but you might want to use, or not use, I should say, the elastic band. Let me repeat myself because that was not clear. My thoughts were all over the place. If you have a larger head, you may not want the elastic band. It just depends. I would still try it out before you just cut it out or anything, but you might not want the elastic band, so just check it out before you put it on, or before you just decide to cut it out. For me, my head size, I usually can fit, like circumference wise, a 22-inch cap. So this actually works really well for me. The only things I'm usually worried about as far as cap size is if my edges are gonna stick out, and this is great for low hairlines. Now, if you have an extremely low hairline, it still may not totally work for you. It just depends. But if you're like me and maybe your edges poke out a little bit too far, you got some hairs that poke out just a little too far to your forehead, this should be work withable. So before I cut the lace, I am gonna actually take a brush through it. I hate to ruin the curls because they're so pretty on their own, but I gotta get the shedding out. You cannot leave the shedding in. Your hair gonna look a hot matted mess. And I think it combs out, okay, I'm seeing it. It combs out really pretty. It does. I don't want to say yet if I feel like it tangles or sheds too much because I am, you know, brushing out hairs that I plucked at this moment. So that's not a fair assessment. We'll see a little bit later in the video. So I am going to go ahead and cut off this lace before I secure the wig down. Is there a reason I'm doing it first? No, that's just what I'm on today. Y'all know I will install my wig any kind of way.
I hope you're responsible.
Pretty glueless friendly if you prefer to wear your units like glueless. I would bobby pin the sides down though, because they will be flapping in the wind if you don't. But the way it's laying, you could probably, you know, finesse it glueless. I'm not going to, but you certainly can. I still have not re-upped on any type of hairspray for installs yet, so we're still gelling it. I'm using the Don't Touch My Hair pineapple scent gel. Y'all, it smells so good. I need people to get more of these products in the hair stores and online because they're really good. Like, I wasn't expecting them to be as good as they were. Sliding this wig right back. And I'm gonna apply this gel here. Now, I'm not going crazy with the glue part of the install for this because, like I said, it's pretty like glueless friendly, so it's not really a need to go crazy with that. I am gonna just do a light layer, especially around this area because that's actually where it doesn't really just lay down.
If I let this go, you can't tell nobody. I'm talking about nobody. I hope you're responsible.
Can y'all see this? Do y'all see how this lace is melting into my skin? Listen, a good HD lace and a nice lace tint, perfect combination. I know I mention these things a lot, but I like to make sure I mention these tips for y'all, especially if you're new to the channel. I like tints, but I like them to be a watery based tint. I don't really like the thick tints like the Ebin spray. That one's a little too thick for me. It's almost like foundation in a spray can. And I feel like it doesn't mix well with like the products you use to install your wig. However, when it comes to like a water-based tint, like the Don't Touch My Hair one, or there's other tints out there too that are more of a watery consistency. Those I feel like dye the lace the color you need, but don't get in the way of you doing like the install process and, you know, just making a mess or giving you like a halo effect. Like, I feel like a watery based tint does really good for that. So that's my tip of the day. Ah, got that in the hair, shoot. Okay, I let that sit for like 4 minutes or so. It didn't really take long to dry because I didn't use a whole lot of gel. And it is secured. I wouldn't pull it though because, you know, I didn't do too much, so it'll come up if I pull it, but it is secured and laying down. I'm really loving how flat this is laying. Just, I haven't put a hot comb a blow dryer or nothing to it to like flatten it down, and it's laying super flat. This is actually a pretty beginner friendly unit. So I'm gonna take a little bit of foundation, and that's actually too much, but at least I put it on my hand. So yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit of foundation, just swipe a little off the back of my hand because I definitely use too much. And I'm gonna go in and brighten up that part. I was gonna use the clay stuff. I can't remember the exact name of it at this moment, but I cannot find my little tube that I bought. Next time I find it, I'm gonna try it on a synthetic because I still have butter lace. I think it's 6. I still have that in 2 colors that I need to review for you guys. It's just been hectic trying to review everything that I've got, you know, going on, and trying to add in new style of content, and you know, just expanding the brand and stuff. It's been a lot. So I still have a lot of wigs that I purchased between April and May that I gotta get to show for you guys. Man, I hate to waste all this foundation because this is my actual foundation. Now the other thing that I did notice is that it does have this big old gap here from where it's like pre-plucked and then goes into just the regular parting on the tracks. So I am going to tint that up a little bit, but that is like a con there, just a tad. Like, it's, you see that it's like almost like a bald spot a little bit the way that it's set up. But easy fix, I'm just taking this eyebrow pencil and darkening it up right in this area, and it's fixed. I don't want to do too much because now it kind of looks like, I didn't want it to make the part look too fine, or too narrow, I should say. I know I said I wasn't gonna do baby hair, but I'm just gonna do a little bit. Because I don't know, it could be just how I'm seeing it on camera, but I felt like it just, it was a little too full to me. But that's me looking at it at my monitor, not looking at it, you know, in real life. Because usually when I do this, I end up liking it when I play this back, and I'm like, I didn't need to do that. But I'm not taking no chances because I'm not re-recording this. So overall with this unit, she is definitely gorgeous, but sis is a bit high maintenance with that tangling and shedding. That is something you'll have to watch out for. But if you're good with it, I'm good with it. I mean, it's pretty. So if you're interested, I'll have all the tea down in the description box below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.